I'm so lucky to be in beautiful Lake George in the height of summer. This amazing destination has beaches, boat rides, tons of family fun, and a brew pub that embodies the spirit of the region. You'd never know by looking at it, but under the rustic exterior, this beauty began life as a humble grocery store. Today, the Adirondack style is on full display both inside and out. Outside, guests can enjoy their beer in the cool mountain air just a stone's throw from the waters of Lake George. Inside the pub is a mosaic of Adirondack artifacts and ephemera from across the region, much of which was contributed by staff and people from around the community. Adirondack Pub and Brewery was founded by John Carr. John first opened the doors of the brew pub in 1999, and while you might assume a brew pub located in a vacation hotspot would be a runaway hit, it wasn't quite so easy. Now, what brings you from brewing beer at home to then opening a brew pub?
My girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, was from Lake George, and so I'd come over here to visit her. And I looked around and thought, well, this is a beautiful place. So I thought, why not? There's no brew pub here, there's no brewery, why not try it? At that time, New York State was, I would say, a little bit behind the curve on craft beer, but luckily there were enough people around that recognized great beer and came out just enough to support us, and thank God we had a good hamburger, and I could keep doing what I was passionate about, which was brewing beer. It's fun to see it actually come around from where we started, where people weren't really sure what this stuff was. It used to just be, oh, well, yeah, they brew their own beer and it's kind of a novelty, to people planning vacations around visiting regions in New York that have great beer. So, you know, not only can you vacation in the Lake George region, but you can visit 50 different craft beverage producers all in a weekend.
This area, it is unique, it is beautiful. How has that influenced the taste of the beer?
A couple things that are unique with our beer, our water source is actually Lake George itself. It's one of 4 AA rated lakes in New York State, which is the highest rating that the DEC gives to lakes. And it's a great water to brew with. So it allows us to produce really soft beers, you know, like our Pilsners, similar to beers that are famous around the world, you know, from the Czech Republic or from Germany.
Well, this place has a lot of personality to it. There's little touches everywhere. It seems like there's little stories everywhere.
Yeah, it's, you know, a little bit myself, my staff, you know, and I think when you've been around a long time, there's just, it gets a culture in it. Everyone that works here is very passionate about what we do, and I think that comes through in, you know, a little gregarious, a little fun, a little open arms kind of grab it and go kind of approach, and a lot of our customers fit that too.
So the people who kept the brewery going in those early years have stuck around and helped infuse some local character into the pub. Some of these folks are descendants of loggers, miners, and trappers who helped define the region's history. One of the area's legendary figures had a famous taste for beer, and now one of their signatures, a Belgian triple, is named after him at the pub.
French Louis was a French trapper that lived in the Adirondacks. Very successful trapper and would make a lot of money on pelts, bring it to town once a year, go down to a local bar, drink a ton, and then he'd go to a local store and buy a ton of candy and walk around town, give it away to all the kids. And then he'd go back in the woods for another year.
The brewery prides itself on offering a deep menu with a wide variety of styles. But if you'd like to take home a case of Adirondack beer for your barbecue, you might have to visit the restaurant, or at a minimum, one of the local grocery stores. John's philosophy on distribution is that bigger isn't necessarily better.
I like to know who I sell my beer to. I also believe that local, fresh beer is the best beer that you can buy. And I think for consumers today, where it seems like everything comes from the internet, to actually go to a local brewery and have local beer, know the person that made it, where it was made, and know that it's real, to me, I think is really where our industry is going.
Now, this place offers beer and food all year round.
We're one of the few places that are open in Lake George in the winter. The off-season here, to be quite honest, is my favorite time of year. We have a couple of pretty unique events. We do an ice bar, and we also do a barrel fest. You know, other brewery friends that have good barreling programs, which is where you age the beer in the actual wood barrel, bring those beers out. As a brewery owner, they make no sense to make on a business level, but they're fun beers and they age for a while and they're very unique and rare. It's neat for a visitor to that event to go around and try the different styles of barreled beer that different breweries locally are producing, and they can vary quite a bit. And there's a lot of artisan components to how we're doing it. We all start with the same ingredients and with a different result.
we decided to check it out for ourselves. So fast forward several months later, and we were standing with a few hundred hearty beer lovers in the freezing cold to see what all the fuss was about. We caught up with John as he was putting the finishing touches on a giant Burning Man-inspired bonfire. And it's a good thing too, because even though there wasn't much snow, the temperature was a balmy 8 degrees.
This festival is a lot different because it's outdoors and it doesn't matter rain or shine. We've had years we've had, a foot of snow. We've had years where it's been 20 below zero. Today started out at 5 degrees. So what happens, the people that come to this event are real beer lovers. This event's unique because those beers are appreciated and sought out here. And I think the brewers appreciate that the people that visit are really into what they're doing and appreciate and respect the art of barrel aging.
And I'd say that pretty much sums up the opinions of the attendees as well.
It was great to come out and check out the barrel-aged beers today.
The beer is worth the cold weather.
The price is great for all the different beers you get to experience.
You can sit home and watch TV, or you can come up here and meet some people from different areas like I did today.
So the next time you're looking for a change of scenery and some fantastic craft beer, come to Lake George any time of year. Just remember your bathing suit, parka, pink Carhartt, or Viking beard, and be prepared for a unique Adirondack experience.